Long ago, in the 3rd century AD, the Roman Empire was under the rule of Emperor Claudius II, who was also known as Claudius the Cruel. In those days, Rome lived in fear because of constant wars and violent uprisings. Claudius had only one goal: to build the greatest army in the world. However, the emperor realized that married men were unwilling to go to war because they loved their wives and children. In his harsh thinking, he made a strict law. All young men were forbidden to marry. He believed that love made soldiers weak and reduced their desire to fight. In the middle of this harsh rule, there was a priest named Valentine. He was a kind and faithful man who believed that love was a sacred gift greater than the laws of men. Valentine understood the pain of young couples who lay awake at night longing to join hands in marriage with the ones they loved. Even though he knew that breaking the emperor's law meant death, Valentine made a brave decision. He would secretly marry the young couples. Secret weddings in the night. The weddings often took place at night, in hidden places or in distant gardens. By the small light of a lamp, Valentine joined the hands of the couples and spoke holy words over them. He would give the newly married couples small hearts made from leather or paper as a reminder of their promise to each other and of God's love that would protect them. This became the first sign of what we now call Valentines. The emperor. But the truth could not stay hidden for long. News about the priest who was secretly performing marriages spread through the streets of Rome. When Emperor Claudius heard about it, he became extremely angry. He sent soldiers to arrest Valentine and drag him to the darkest prison in Rome. When Valentine was dragged roughly into the dark and foul-smelling prison, many thought that his mission had come to an end. However, even in chains, his spirit continued to lift up those around him. The meeting with Asterius. The jailer, whose name was Asterius, was a strong but sorrowful man. He carried a deep sadness in his heart. His daughter Julia had been blind since birth. Morning and night, Valentine would pray and sing sweet hymns. Asterius, realizing that Valentine was a special man, brought his daughter to him. He pleaded, "You say that your God is great. Can you help my daughter?" The miracle. Valentine took Julia's hand, prayed, and read from the holy writings before her. He taught her about the beauty of the world she had never seen, about the brightness of the sun, the colors of flowers, and the greatness of love. Suddenly, while he was still praying, light flashed into Julia's eyes. She was able to see again. This miracle amazed everyone in the prison, and Asterius, along with his whole household, became followers of Valentine's teaching. The death sentence. But news of this miracle reached Emperor Claudius. Instead of being pleased, the emperor became even angrier because he realized that Valentine was gaining more influence over the people. Claudius summoned Valentine and promised to spare him if he would renounce his faith and pray to the Roman gods. Valentine immediately refused. He said, "O emperor, if you knew the love of God, you would not punish the innocent." Because of these words, the emperor gave his final order. Valentine was to be beaten until he died and executed on February 14th. The final letter. On the night before he was taken to the place of execution, Valentine wrote a letter to Julia. He encouraged her to continue loving and to remain faithful to the truth. He signed the letter with words that we still use to this day. The final day, on February 14th in the year 270 AD, the Roman soldiers came to take Valentine out of the prison. He walked forward with a bright face, without fear, because he knew he had done what was right. He left behind the letter he had written to Julia, which had revived and strengthened her spirit. At the place of execution, Valentine was beaten and put to death by the sword. His death became a holy sacrifice. He gave his life because he refused to give up the right of people to marry and to love one another. The transformation of Valentine's Day. Before Rome became Christian, February 14th was the time when the Romans celebrated Lupercalia, a pagan festival of fertility. However, when Christianity spread widely, Pope Gelasius I, in the year 496 AD, decided to abolish Lupercalia and declared February 14th as St. Valentine's Day. From that time on, Valentine became known as the patron saint or protector of lovers. The story of his bravery spread throughout Europe. The celebration of love around the world. As the centuries passed, writing Valentine letters became a popular tradition. In the 14th century, the great poet Geoffrey Chaucer wrote about how birds choose their mates on St. Valentine's Day, which helped make the day associated with romance. Today, in the modern world, we celebrate February 14th not only as a day for couples, but as a day to express love to everyone, parents, friends, and all those who are precious in our lives. The lesson. The story of St. Valentine teaches us that love is stronger than hatred, and that the courage to stand for what is right can change the world even after we are gone.